Hello students, hope all of you are fine. Today I am going to start the topic color code for carbon resistors. Actually resistors are made up of either winding a wire made up of alloys like constant, manganese, nichrome over some insulating material or using carbon black, clay and some resin winder. Such resistors they are known as carbon resistors. And these resistors they are used in various electronic circuits. So resistance mentioned on that resistors is in the form of color bands and they are compact in size. So in order to find the resistance of those resistors, some coding is used. Now how to use that color coding we will discuss in detail. Here I have drawn this table. This it is a column for color mentioning various colors, black, brown, red, etc. And this column it represents first letter of these colors. This is number, multiplier, again some colors, and last one is tolerance. Now how to use this table for finding the resistance mentioned on the resistors. So using color coding, if I am having certain resistor, that this is a resistor. Actually carbon resistors they are cylindrical in shape, so that this be a resistor. Now it can have various color bands. First color band, second, third and fourth one. Now if we have to calculate the resistance of this resistor, this first color band it signifies some digit, that digit will be digit, first digit or digit 1, it will give digit 2, and this third band it represents multiplier, and the fourth band it gives the tolerance. Now from this table we can use how to write the value of these digits depending on what is the color for this band. For example, if color of this band is green, then for green the number is 5. If color of this band is red, then number for red is 2. If the color for this band is blue, then number for blue is 6. Similarly, this color, this band it has only two colors, either gold or silver, or it will not be having any color. So or this band may be absent. So if I take some example, that this be a resistor. Actually these resistors are compact in size, so that's why resistance is not mentioned on these resistors. It is in the form of color bands. So let this color be red, let this color be brown, and let this color be yellow, and this color be silver. Now what will be resistance of this resistor? So we will use color coding for writing the resistance of this resistor. So if R be the resistance, then R is equal to, the first digit will be for this first band and its color is red. So value of red is, number used for red is 2. So we write here 2. Second color is brown and number for brown is 1. So write here 1 into 10 raised to power. Now the third color is yellow and number for yellow is 4. So I write here 4 plus minus. This color is silver, the value for silver is 10%, that is value for tolerance is 10%. So here I write 10%. I have not written unit. This resistance is in ohm. So ohm plus minus 10%. So resistance of this resistor is 21 into 10 is to power 4 ohm and 10% is the tolerance. Tolerance means variation in resistance. It is the percentage of variation in resistance which this resistor can withstand. Actually when we pass current, due to current, this resistor, it is heated and there can be change in resistance. Now what is the value of resistance that can be tolerated by this resistor? It is given by this percentage. So this is 10% means this is 10% of this number, 21 into 10 is power 4. So we can take some other example. If colors are different, let the colors are, we can take any color. For example, this color, first one is yellow, second one is blue, third one is gray, and this color is, let it be gold. Now again, the first digit will be the number for yellow color and that is 4. So I write here 4. Second digit will be number for blue color and that is 6 into 10 is power. The number for gray is 8. So 8 ohm plus minus. The tolerance for this gold is 5%. So I write here 5%. So this is the value of resistance for this resistor. So this is the method for finding resistance using color coding. Now the main problem is how to remember this table. So you have to remember these columns, color, number, multiplier, and these are the colors for tolerance. And as I said, if there is no color or no color band, then the tolerance will be taken as 20%. Now how to remember the number for particular color? That is a difficult task. Now, so it can be remembered by these letters. And how to remember these letters in order? There is one statement. That statement is VBY of Great Britain had very good wife wearing gold, silver necklace. Now you can remember this statement easily. B.B. Roy of Great Britain had very good wife wearing gold, silver necklace. Now you have to remember first letter of these words. These are only first letters. You have not to use this word this word and this word. They are not used. And BBROY, so BBROY, for this grade we use only G, Britain we use only B, wherein we use only V, good we use only G, and for 5 use only W. So these letters, they are covered up to this word. And gold, silver, necklace, so we use first letters, gold, silver, necklace, I use first letter only for no color. So from this statement you can easily remember the order of the colors and similarly the number. For example, this, now here there are 3 B's, B, B and this B. So you have to write these in alphabetic order. So you can see that brown comes after black. So we have written first black and then brown. But blue comes earlier than brown in alphabetic order, but here it is after brown. So you have to remember that. So this is how we can remember the order of these letters. And from we start from this 0, 1, 2, 3. So these are the 10 letters and hence 10 digits. So we can use the method of this color coding for finding the resistance of carbon resistors. In some case, it can also be given that we are given some resistance. For example, we are given the value of resistance is 23 into 10 is power 5 ohm plus minus 5%. And you have to write the color on the resistor mentioned for different bands, so that these are the bands. And you are given resistance of this resistor. Now how to write color of these bands? We can easily write the first digit is 2 and here the value of 2 is for red color. So this first band should be of red color. Second digit is 3 is for orange, so this band is orange in color. Third digit is multiplier and it is 10 to the power 5, so 5 is for green, so this is green in color. Last band is for tolerance, and here the value of tolerance is 5%, so 5% is for gold, so this color band is gold in color. So in this way we can write the colors of different bands if we are given the value of resistance, and we can also write the value of resistance if we are given the colors of the bands. So next, in last class I discussed Ohm's law, so I just discuss now ohmic and non-ohmic conductors. Ohmic and non-ohmic conductors. So those conductors which obeys Ohm's law, they are known as ohmic conductors. Ohmic conductors means these are the conductors which obeys Ohm's law. So almost all metals, they are ohmic in conductor, and graph between V and I for ohmic conductors is straight line passing through origin. But when the current become large, the behavior of the conductor may change from ohmic to non-ohmic. So when the value of current become large, due to heating effect of current, the conductor get heated and there can be change in resistance. Actually in case of metals, resistance it increase with increase in temperature. So at large value of the currents, the resistance increases, so this hoop will become like this. So means it is like this. So this is for large currents. So it is at the large current, but as far as ohmic conductor is concerned, the graph between V and I is straight line. But at higher currents, as I said, the behavior of the conductor may change from ohmic to non-ohmic. So this is for ohmic conductors. So I just draw a straight line, but if I have to draw at higher currents, then I can draw like this. This is at higher currents, higher values of current. So here the behavior of the conductor is changing from ohmic to non-ohmic. So in case of ohmic, graph between V and I is straight line. For example, you can write copper, aluminium, silver. So they are the examples of ohmic conductors. Now those conductors which do not obey Ohm law, they are known as non-ohmic. So these obeys Ohm law. What are non-ohmic? So non-ohmic are the conductors which do not obey Ohm's law. Do not obeys Ohm law. Means in this case, the current flowing through the conductor is not proportional to the potential difference applied across its ends. So graph between V and I, it will not be straight line. For example, in case of semiconductors, the graph is curved, see like this. So for example, we can write semiconductors like silicon, germanium. They are non-ohmic conductors. Also for PN junction diode, we will study this PN junction diode again in last unit, that is electronic devices. There is, you will see graph between V and I is like this. It is different for positive potential and negative potential. So again, this PN junction diode, it is also not an ohmic device, it is non-ohmic. So this is about ohmic and non-ohmic conductors. Ohmic are those which obeys Ohm's law, and non-ohmic conductors are those which do not obey Ohm's law. Next we will discuss the combination of resistors. Combination of resistors. This you have already studied in class 10th. So resistors, they can be combined in series, in parallel, or in mixed combination. So first we discuss series combination. So resistors are said to be connected in series if same current flow through all of them. For example, if resistors are connected like this, so on. So we say that these resistors, they are connected in series. That these are three resistors of resistance R1, R2 and R3. So there is only single path for flow of current through all these three resistors. So we say that these resistors are in series. So current is same through all the resistors, but the potential difference across different resistors is different. So net potential difference across this is V1, V2 and V3. So by Ohm's law, we can write the values of V1, V2 and V3. Current flowing through this resistor is I. Its resistance is R1, so V1 is equal to IR1, V2 is equal to IR2, and V3 is equal to IR3. Now the applied potential difference is V. This V should be equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So V should be equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. That is equal to, we can write I R1 plus I R2 plus I R3. We can take here I common. R1 plus R2 plus R3. Now if we assume that total resistance of these three resistors be Rs, means if Rs be the equivalent resistance, then we can write this V as I into Rs. So or this is V, and if Rs be the equivalent resistance, then V is equal to I into Rs. Let this be number 1, this be number 2. So from 1 and 2 we can write I into Rs is equal to I into R1 plus R2 plus R3. So I and I, they will get cancelled. So Rs is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So means when resistors are connected in series, their equivalent resistance is equal to the sum of the individual resistances. This is for three resistors. Similarly, we can write the general result for n resistors. For n resistors, we can write Rs is equal to R1 plus R2 plus so on up to Rn. So we can say that when resistors are connected in series, then the equivalent resistance has value which is greater than the largest value of the individual resistances. So this is about resistors when they are connected in series. Now next we will see the parallel combination. So we connect resistors in series when we have to, or when we are in need of large resistance, and second we will see what will be the equivalent resistance when resistors are connected in parallel combination. Again I will take the example of three resistors. Let there be three resistors of resistance R1, R2 and R3. So if resistors are connected like this, means resistors are connected in such a manner that the potential difference across all the resistors is same as that of the applied potential difference, but there are different paths for current through the individual resistors. So if I be the total current, and let current through this be I1, so this be I2, and through this be I3. So when current flowing through the individual resistors is through different paths, then we say that these individual resistors are connected in parallel. And also the potential difference across the resistors connected in parallel is same as that of the applied potential difference. So you should know the various components connected at our homes, they are in parallel. So now again by Ohm's law, we can write the values of I1, I2 and I3. So here we can write, because the potential difference across R1, R2 as well as R3, it is V. So we can write I1 is equal to V over R1, I2 is equal to V over R2, I3 is equal to V over R3. Now this I1 plus I2 plus I3 should be equal to I. So we write I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3, that is equal to V over R1 plus V over R2 plus V over R3. Now again, if this Rp be the equivalent resistance of the parallel combination, then we can write V is equal to I into Rp, or we can write I is equal to V over Rp. That this is number first, this is number second. So again equation 1 and 2 implies V over Rp is equal to V over R1 plus V over R2 plus V over R3, or you can take here V common, 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus 1 over R3. V and V they will get cancelled. So you can write 1 over Rp equal to 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus 1 over R3. So this is Rp's equivalent resistance when the resistors are connected in parallel. So again we can generalize this result for n resistors. For n resistors, we can write, if Rp with equivalent resistance, we can write 1 over Rp, 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus so on up to 1 over Rp. So we see that in case of parallel combination, the reciprocal of the equivalent resistance is equal to the sum of the reciprocal of individual resistances. Means in this case, the equivalent resistance will have value which will be less than the least of the value of these resistors. So this is the case of parallel combination. So in this case, since the equivalent resistance will be less than the individual resistances, so here the current will be large. So means we use parallel combination in those cases where we are in need of large current. The third one is mixed combination. So we can see a simple numerical for mixed combination. Let the resistors are connected like this. is of 3 ohm, 3 ohm, 3 ohm, and this is of 9 ohm. Let the applied potential difference be, let it be 100 volt. And like we have to find the potential difference across this 9 ohm. So I write here that this potential difference be V1, and let the potential difference cross these be V2. Because these three are in parallel, so potential difference cross all these three will be same, and let it be V2. So first we will find the equivalent resistance. Let this resistance be R1, R2, R3, R4. So since R2, R3 and R4 they are in parallel, so we can write 1 over R2, 3, 4. Then R2, 3, 4 is the equivalent resistance of R2, R3 and R4. So we can write it as 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 equal to 3 by 3. So we can write R2, 3, 4 is equal to 1 ohm. Now the total resistance of these three will be in series with this resistor. So the equivalent circuit will be like this. So it is R1, it is R4. This is 9 ohm, this is 1 ohm. So total resistance R is equal to R1 plus R2, 3, 4, 9 plus 1 ohm, that is equal to 10 ohm. So total resistance is 10 ohm. Now we can find the total current. I is equal to V over R, that is equal to 100 by 10, that is equal to 10 ampere. So means if I be the current flowing from this battery, then current flowing through this resistor is I. So by Ohm's law we can find the potential difference across it. This potential difference will be equal to V1 is equal to I into R1, that is equal to 9 into 10, that is equal to 90 volt. So potential difference across this resistor is 90 volt. So similarly we can try some more examples for mixed combination. So with this, today I discussed the color coding for carbon resistors, then the ohmic and non-ohmic resistors or non-ohmic conductors, and then the combination of resistors. So with this I stop here. I wish that you stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.